All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Tom Armenti, founder and CEO of the Fat Shack, and I am joined here today with Dan Killer Kennedy. Dan is the reigning champion of our Fat Shack 5K challenge. Yeah, heck yeah, crushed it with an amazing time of just over 2 minutes, 2 minutes 9 seconds, 2 minutes 10 seconds. It was a crazy, crazy showing last January. But yeah, Dan, if you want to just give a quick intro and quick little bio about you, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm Dan Keller Kennedy, and I was blessed with the opportunity to be able to win the first ever 5K challenge with Fat Shack, and I'm definitely ready to come back and defend my title.
Heck yeah. And for those of you who don't know, the Fat Shack 5K, it's our eating challenge we just launched last year. It is a whole Fat Shack sandwich, a double classic cheeseburger with French fries, a dozen of our fried mac and cheese bites, and 5 of our deep fried Oreos. It's about 5,000 calories, and you have to eat it in 15 minutes or less. And we've got the challenge at all of our stores, all year round. But come November, we host trials and we have people compete to then get into our main event, which Dan competed at the Philly location last year, won the challenge there, and then came out, flew to Colorado in January 25, and he took down 5 other eaters for, a huge grand prize at the 5K main event. And, again, we're going to be hosting that again this year in November. So go to fatshack5k.com if you want to check out where you can host a qualifier and hopefully get your seat at the main event in 2026. So anyway, jumping into it real quick, it's good to chat with you, Dan. What have you been up to lately? What kind of crazy challenges have you been hitting most recently?
Yeah, I mean, lately we just got back from Vegas. I was out there for the EEC championship at the Mr. Olympia, which was really cool. Like I said, that was a great opportunity to be able to be part of the first one of those and able to win that. We were eating the protein jams, which is like a higher protein version of an Uncrustable, which is really cool. I was able to eat 37 of those in 5 minutes. A short contest, 5 minutes.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was wild. We had a great crowd. We traveled all over this summer. We were in California, we were in Florida, we were in Texas, we were in New York, we were in New Jersey, we're Pennsylvania, we've been in Ohio, we went to Colorado, Vegas, obviously. We've been all over. So great awesome opportunities. I mean, but as far as challenge wise, I mean, and contest wise, really, towards the end of the year, I mean, Fat Shack's our focus, so because that's the big contest here at the end of the year. So we're gearing up for that. And I hope that everybody, signs up. And like I always tell people, even if you're not a fast eater, it's a lot of food. Come and come and enjoy it. Even if it takes you a full 15 minutes, you'll definitely enjoy the food. So,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I remember at the end of the contest last year, I actually ordered some deep fried Oreos to have after the contest because I was like, I don't even know what they tasted like the first time, So
yeah, you did order those to go, and I thought that was crazy.
Yeah,
you're on a different level, ordering more food after winning the 5K challenge. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite food of the 5K challenge? Was it those Oreos or something else?
I'm gonna have to say the fat sandwich just because of it's just packed and it's everything on one sandwich, and I think that's probably the most flavorful item in the whole entire deal, I would say.
Heck yeah, we appreciate that. When you saw that 5K challenge pop up, did you know looking at it that you could win this thing right away, or what did you think when you first heard about the 5K?
I mean, obviously, I pride myself in being one of the fastest eaters in the country. There are definitely some heavy hitters, so I knew that I had a shot at it. And that's all dependent on really on who shows up. I mean, the biggest thing, like I said, you go there, you do the best you can. The Philly location, unfortunately, we didn't really have too many people show up at the Philly location.
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of like really use that as kind of a trial basis to figure out, a good technique. And of course, I won that. And then it was like a month before the finals. So, I had a chance to really, figure out how I wanted to approach it at the finals. And I definitely applied what I was thinking I was going to do at the finals.
Yeah, one of the cool things this year is we're changing it up a little where we're going to have time trials throughout the whole month of November. So that way, if certain eaters can't make it on a single day like last year, they could come anytime throughout the month of November. So hopefully we'll have even more great people show up and kind of race to see those, top 8 seats to get into that final main event. So we're excited about the change up this year on that.
I think that's definitely a good move on you guys' part by opening that up, because that doesn't lock somebody into that single day,
Exactly.
especially in some of your locations like Philly, that's right on a college campus, and a lot of the kids go home for the weekend. I think that maybe opening that up to having the availability for anybody to come in at any time, is definitely going to help, the promotion, not necessarily get more people to the finals, but promote Fat Shack and promote the contest and the challenge and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're excited to see who shows up this year. Without giving away too many secrets, how do you prepare for the day of a challenge like this, where it's a race and you're going against other people? Anything special that you do, or?
I mean, really, in a first to finish contest, it's not really about the amount you can eat. It's obviously about the speed. So I would have to say that your best thing is go in mentally clear, have a plan, stick to that plan. Don't try to make changes midway through, because then it becomes what I call a train wreck. And I've definitely had some contests where I've been in the middle of a contest, like an 8-10 minute contest, and I'm like 3, 4, 5 minutes in, and I'm like, man, this is a complete train wreck, and you can't find a rhythm, you can't find something that's working, so you struggle. But my recommendation is drink lots of water, stay loose, go in, have fun. The biggest thing is have fun. I always said my big thing was do something until it's no longer any fun. So as long as you're having fun, that's the most important part.
And that leads me to my next question. I mean, you've been doing this for a lot of years. You still get super stoked about these challenges and excited to eat, and what kind of keeps you motivated?
10 plus years. There are definitely eaters that have been in it longer than me, like Molly Schuyler, she's approaching 15 years, considered probably the greatest female eater ever to live. And me and her have talked in length, about different things. It's for me, I more enjoy the entertainment aspect of than more than the eating anymore. When I first get into competitive eating, I was like, wow, it's fun to go out and eat huge meals and finish it, and people think it's cool that you can eat a lot and stuff like that. For me, I still enjoy obviously the eating portion, but more the crowds and entertaining people and getting to meet people and travel. That's really what keeps me motivated. Being able to, especially meet cool guys like you and Fat Shack and all the guys involved in that. Of course, seeing all the eaters that gather and stuff like that, because a lot of the times, we may talk on a daily basis or, a bi-daily basis, but, getting able to be together and meet, like last year I was there and Scott Eats, we were able to meet up and stuff. He's from Canada and I'm from Pennsylvania, so our paths don't cross a whole lot. So, that for me is the aspect that still keeps it fresh,
That's cool. And I know you've got a huge following and super loyal fans too. So I know all your videos get tons of comments and people super stoked when they see you, crushing these things. And so it's cool that you've got such a big following too, and so many fans that are out there rooting for you.
Everybody has their guy, a lot of people that like me. There's a lot of people that don't, and that's kind of probably in a speed contest. I'm probably one of the top 3 eaters you don't want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of one of them things where there was a period of time where I was one of those guys that was outside of those. Like, I would look at the people and say, "Oh man, I hope so and so is not there." Or I hope, that was really what drove me to become better, and try to learn and figure out things, so being able to be considered one of the fastest eaters in the world, that didn't start like that, so it's something that I developed, something that I learned. But it's a humbling experience when you become one of those people that people fear, as far as in a speed contest.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely heard your name a bunch coming up as we were getting ready for that main event, and people were definitely a little scared knowing you're coming out. Now you mentioned Molly Schuyler. Is she coming this year to try to take the title from you, or do you know or not?
I really do hope. We're trying to work it out. We're definitely hoping that she can. We're obviously going to be able to meet up in Philly and do the qualifier. Yeah. She's just amazing at everything she does. She's still, like, I always tell her she's still faster than me. She argues the fact, but I still think when push comes to shove, if Molly is in the zone, she's just unbelievable. And she's, still number one in my book. I'm never going to say that I'm better than her. I'll always take second place to her. I'll always be behind her. She's a fantastic person, a fantastic eater, and I hope she's able to make it this year, because last year she had some different things come up and it prevented her from going. She probably could have done the qualifying round, but there was a conflict. She wasn't able to make it to the final, so she just decided to wait the thing out, which was kind of disheartening. I was hoping she would be there, see if we could battle it out, so.
Well, hopefully this year we'll be lucky enough. Yeah, hopefully this year we'll be lucky enough to see you go head to head, and then we can see who really takes it down. Who's got that fastest 5K under their belts, and the winner this year. So we're excited. We're excited to have you out. Obviously, hopefully Molly can make it too. And yeah, I mean, we'd love to see you go back to back, because you crushed it last year.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So wrapping up here, let everyone know where they can find you. YouTube, Instagram, all the different places.
You can find me on YouTube at Mr. Kennedy Eats. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, also X, Threads, all the same. Mr. Kennedy Eats, Dan Kennedy Eats, all those things work. You can type any of those in at the Killer Kennedy. Those also get you to the same links. But in that same breath, make sure you guys check out Fat Shack. Make sure you check out the 5K challenge. Sign up. You support these contests. It's only because of people's participation that guys like you are able to put these events on. So you got to be out. It's like anything. I always say, go out there and support your local. Go out there and support your, your interest and your hobbies, and keep that stuff alive.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Dan. And like you said, Fat Shack 5K, if you want to sign up or check out the details, just fatshack5k.com. We got the whole website dedicated to it, and you can sign up right there for a qualifier in November. And yeah, we're excited to get this thing going. So Dan, we really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, and we will definitely see you at that qualifier, and we'll definitely see you at the main event to hopefully repeat your title.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thanks, Dan.